Hi, I'm Rob Jackson, a scientist in the contract testing group here at MatTek's. Today we'll be working with our EpiAirway tissue, an in vitro 3D model of the human bronchial airway, using the VitroCell VC1 smoking machine to mimic in vivo cigarette smoke exposure to evaluate inhalation toxicology.
Working in a biosafety cabinet, we'll add 1.5 milliliters of assay medium into each chamber of the exposure module. Then we'll place an EpiAirway tissue into each chamber, checking to ensure the tissues are properly seated and in contact with the medium. We'll carefully place the top on the exposure module and clamp it in place in order to seal the chambers and maintain a controlled exposure during the test. We'll move from the biosafety cabinet and head over to the bench top where we'll connect the exposure module to the system. Water from a heated water bath is circulated through the exposure module to maintain a 37 degrees Celsius temperature. Chambers 4 through 6 are used as control air exposures, and chambers 1 through 3 are connected to the smoke dilution system and used for smoke exposure. Each chamber is connected to a vacuum system preset to a specific rate to draw smoke or air into the chamber. The vacuum pump is started, and we're ready for smoke exposure. We'll place a cigarette into the holder and light it. Smoke will be drawn from the cigarette using a predetermined puff regime. In this case, we're using the Health Canada Intense regime, which is a 55 milliliter puff every 30 seconds. The machine will draw smoke into this glass cylinder and release it into the dilution system, where it will mix with a preset flow of dilution air. The vacuum system will draw a portion of this diluted smoke into the chamber. Whatever smoke is not deposited onto the apical surface of the EpiAirway tissues will be drawn from the chamber through the vacuum. Using this controlled exposure method with our EpiAirway tissues, we'll simulate the smoke in the cigarette and the exposure of their bronchial airway to the smoke. Once dosing is completed, we'll disconnect the exposure module from the machine's tubing and remove the tissues in a biosafety cabinet. We'll place the tissues into a plate with fresh assay medium and put them back into the incubator for a recovery period. We can then evaluate several endpoints, including cytokine analysis to evaluate inflammation, transepithelial electrical resistance to evaluate barrier integrity, NTT and LDH to evaluate tissue viability, and histology to evaluate any potential morphological changes to the tissues following exposure. Custom endpoints and custom study designs are always available.